We are going to play you 4 more songs. So that is 4 songs for you to get all of your energy, all your dancing, all your clapping, all your singing out of you, so that you're okay with the fact that after those 4 songs, then we're gonna go get into our clown outfits and we're gonna do the encore as clowns. That's not gonna happen. But before we finish out this show, I want to say just a couple things. The first thing I want to say is a big, big thank you to the band that started us off this evening. Will you please give a huge round of applause to Shora, who started us off. One of the best parts of our job now is that we get to headline and we get to pick the band that plays before us, and we could not be more proud or excited having Shora on this tour. The record is so fucking good. If you were late and you missed the show, please go check it out. If you only caught a few songs, please go look up the record and check out Shora. They're so good. They're so sweet. The songs are so good. You're gonna love it. And the second thing that I want to say is thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. Sarah and I have been playing music for 17 years live. Getting to tour all the music that we write, so thank you for supporting us. Live music is how we pay the bills and keep the lights on, so thank you very much for coming out and doing that. And the final thing that I'm going to say before we rock the fuck out is something I'm sure I don't need to say to you, but just in case. Eat pussy! Woo! Only if you want to. No pressure. Interesting. The one thing weirdly connected to what Tegan's weirdly connected to what I'm about to say. In addition to that, please register to vote. Register to vote because we're Canadian, but we are exercising the privilege of telling other people what we think that they should do. And interestingly, for those of you who perhaps don't qualify or don't have the status that you need, or you're not the age that's required to vote, don't ever underestimate the power that your voice still has. There are so many things on local, statewide levels that you can do, that you can participate in, even if only to shame your parents into considering or reconsidering the things and the choices that they're going to make in the upcoming election. It goes for your friends. If you don't have something going on in your life that inspires you or makes you feel like this election is a deal breaker, maybe going to change lives, there are definitely people in this room who this election could mean. It could mean whether they can stay in this country, whether they can eat pussy, whether they can access healthcare, whether they can access the things that they need to live a life that probably most of us take for granted. And I know that it seems like perhaps we would be saying these things and you would already know them, but sometimes I'm surprised at how apathetic people can be. And I'm just asking you to consider that if you're the type of person right now who's just doesn't like Trump or doesn't like Hillary, like that's not what this is about. This is so much bigger than that. And we spend a lot of time with people who are working so hard day in and day out to make sure that just the smallest changes can affect an entire community, and they'll work on those things for their whole entire life. And we're so lucky because this is just 5 minutes that we get to yap at you about something, and I promise you it's not empty. It really can make a huge difference. So again, if you can't vote, there's still so much that you can do to make this election not a fucking nightmare. So is a great example of what can happen when people put their time and energy and money into something, and they can make something happen that I never thought was going to happen, which is same-sex marriage, which I do not want to get married, but not interested. privilege that I even get to sing a pop song about my choice, my freedom of choice to make this decision. And so tonight I want to dedicate this. I want to dedicate this to everyone who is getting married, who hates marriage and thinks it's a patriarchal bullshit. For anyone who is going to get engaged and play this at their wedding. For anyone who thinks I'm an asshole, I don't care who it is. Tonight, this one's for you guys. Here we go.